and welcome to A Filthy Talk, a Filthy Lots weekly live panel discussion show coming to you live from North Vancouver on the traditional territories of the Squamish Nation. We'd like to recognize the privilege to work, play, and create on these beautiful lands, and we encourage you at home on Twitch and YouTube to comment or in the chat say what traditional territories you're watching from. I am Trevor Gemma. With me is Roz Young, and returning as captain of the Starship chat room, but also as referee today.
Yes.
Is Ash Turner. And you're looking a little different today. What's going on there?
Well, I'm a referee.
Yes. That's not what I was referring to.
Well, I'm a huge Trekkie, and I can't be the captain of the Starship chat room today, so I am your Bajoran referee.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got the earring. I got the nose.
That's about
good to go.
Yeah. That.
You got the attitude
and the religious devotion.
Half of it. Oh, okay. That's good. It'll come as we get fighting.
Right.
Yeah.
Religious devotion as a referee?
Scold us firmly.
No, the Bajorans have they're like super religious. They're like really into their prophets.
Oh.
Yeah. You not watch Deep Space?
No.
Oh, okay. I only have just recently watched it, but since we've just jumped to here, joining us today for Nerd Fight, which we'll get to in a minute, we have Nicholas Kedrock and Joshua Lenner. Okay, quickly though, we're going to get through a bit of nerd news. There's one in particular, or two things that I'm actually very excited about. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the James Webb Space Telescope.
Yes.
Yeah? So we're really close to this thing. Oh, that sword just shifted. There's if you don't know about it, look up the James Webb Space Telescope. It is being launched. It was going to be the 18th. It's now there was a minor snag when mounting it to the rocket that they're launching it to. So it won't be any sooner than December 22nd that they're launching it. But it is 3 times as big and 100 times more powerful than the Hubble telescope. And once it gets up into space, 2 things will happen. We will be able to see if there is life on exoplanets that we've discovered and if the atmosphere is being affected by said life. And we will also be able to see the first stars and galaxies that were created by the Big Bang.
Yeah, like 7 or so billion years ago.
Yeah, we'll be looking backwards through time.
And it looks really cool too.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a...
Space is fake.
Jesus.
But we.
Oh, go.
Well, never mind. Minor news. We'll come back to telescope stuff some another day. Minor news is that my uncle is in the Macy's Day Parade in the States for Thanksgiving, and he's a stormtrooper, so that's pretty fun and cool.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, he actually is a part of one of the, people who do a lot of
Like the 501st?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Not just like cosplay stuff, but they take it pretty seriously. So
Yeah,
he has this,
They
really
take it super
authentic
seriously. They do a lot
stormtrooper.
The 501st in particular, they go hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's out in the parade today.
Oh, that's
Really cool.
awesome. They do a lot of charity work and stuff, and you have to go through like a pretty rigorous exam to join the 501st.
I think on one of the recent Star Wars movies, they ran out of costumes or something, and they contacted them
Hired
to
the
use some
501st?
of their armor pieces.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that is really cool.
Pretty
Oh,
rad.
man. Okay, one last piece of nerd news is Hayao Miyazaki is coming out of retirement to make one last film for Studio Ghibli, which I think is super cool.
That's pretty rad.
And also very nerdy.
Rad.
Very exciting.
Yeah. Okay.
No one would nerd fight that those movies aren't great.
I'm sure someone would, and that would be a hot take.
Ben would.
Ben might. I don't know. He's actually off camera today. Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, so we are doing the 5th edition of Nerd Fight today. For those of you who haven't seen a Nerd Fight before, we have a bit of structure to it, and you at home have a chance to also screw with the panelists if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, just enjoy the ride. Join us live on Twitch next time. So, the 3 ways that you can screw with us is there's a channel point redemption for Switch Stance, where you choose one of the panelists, and we have to argue the opposite of what our actual opinion is on any given thing. And yes, Ash will be blowing her whistle and holding up her appropriate signs.
When can this happen?
At any time when the audience...
So even if you're in the opening of your thing, they could switch you up?
I mean, yes, but try to let people get through their opening statement, kind of thing, unless they're going on forever. I mean, you've got a whiteboard. You can also call a foul, which you choose one of the panelists, and they are not allowed to talk for 1 minute. There's a 2-minute limit on Switch Stance. So after 2 minutes, you can switch back because it can be real frustrating.
How long does each panelist have per
We're gonna go. We'll see. We'll see how
Equal time
much
between
we're-
the four of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna put more on your guys's, and like if we don't get to mine, totally fine. And the third thing is give him the business. So if you select give him the business, yeah, there you go, the business. Then you get to choose somebody, and they get to rant uninterrupted for 30 seconds. So if you see give him the business and it's not you, zip it.
All right.
So we will go, our panelists have all been asked to bring a hot take on something that isn't necessarily all that important, because we are nerds and we're talking about nerdy things.
It's important to us.
It's important to us.
Yes, but
It's
we're not
important to me.
exactly solving the world's issues today. So we will start with
Fire and brimstone.
Nicholas Kedrock.
Oh.
What?
Also, just a piece of information for those that are new to Nerd Fight. When your 30 seconds or minute or 2 minutes is up, I will wave this green flag and look at you, and then you're good to speak again.
Yeah.
So if you see this,
Oh, can you do that again for the switch stance as well, when you can switch back?
yes.
Sweet. Okay, so we're gonna start. Oh, microphone incident?
I don't know what I've done with it.
I'm sure that sounds amazing.
Technical mouse.
I'm nervous. I'm pulling it. Like,
Can't hear us at all.
oh, God.
I think.
Okay, come
all right?
here. Come up here. Come up here. No. Okay, so before we get into it, today I feel so bad about this because I didn't realize until like right before the show, but today is the last episode that we will have our awesome freaking sound guy, Chris O'Brien.
So much more than a sound guy.
Oh man, he has contributed so much to A Filthy Lot in all the time that since we formed and made this crazy place. He is moving on to, I mean, he's becoming a scientist, which is wild, as Kedrock puts on a lab coat. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, Chris O'Brien, so much, and all the best of luck in the future, my friend. Yeah. Thank you, man.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
So
Okay.
you get to
I'm starting this thing.
posit your argument, and we shall get into it.
All right, so I have things I'm going to try and not read because I have it written down, but okay. So today I will be talking about. Sorry, let me get the presentation ready. as defined by Campbell and colleagues in a psychological exploration of engagement in nerd culture. Nerd culture is defined as a subculture of enthusiasts.
Hey, wait. Move the board and then talk.
Yeah,
'cause
it
it's
seems
gonna make-
noisy. This is the most prep I think
Okay,
I've
be
seen
careful
on a
because
nerd
we got
fight.
wardrobe here.
Okay. All right. So,
You got this?
yeah.
You good?
He's a real doctor.
I'm
folks.
I'm not helping you anymore.
Not a doctor.
Oh my God!
Okay. So,
You see?
Yeah, it's fine. I don't need to see more, Josh.
You don't need to see more Josh?
No,
Pretty much
there's a
what we're
comma.
gonna-
There's a comma.
what we're going to argue today is that, in its entirety, from an Animatrix to Matrix 1, 2, and 3, is not just dope as fuck. Can we cuss here?
Yeah.
Not just dope as fuck, but deserves a high stance in the nerd culture realm. Okay, so the formula by which we'll be going over today will be, or the unit of measurement will be the undeniable bruh moment, and followed by your whack moments. As long as your undeniable bruh moments is not equal to or is less than your whack moments, then you're good to go, all right? So check it out. So we got Matrix 2, we got Matrix 3, all right? I've broken down every single scene. Each scene is a scene can be good, but not a bruh moment. But if it's a whack scene, then it definitely can't be a bruh moment.
Wait, whack is bad.
Whack is bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bruh moments are like you're watching something, you're just like,
That's whack.
bruh. Like that's dope as fuck. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta feel it in your soul. It's one of those things like if you have to explain why like.
Yes.
2 minutes.
I'm glad you have whack up there for the Matrix 2 and 3. Yeah.
There was really whack CG in this one
Yeah.
in the one Smith scene, you know, kind of pulled you out of it.
Just the
Yeah.
one. I think
Let him go. This is his.
Yeah,
this
go
is
for
his
it.
rant.
Yep.
All right, so there was the Agent Smith scene, the swarm scene. That was the first scene in which Neo is reintroduced to Agent Smith. all right?
Like the first introduction in the second one.
In the second one,
Yeah.
right? And so that's a really big moment. So I feel like you kind of dilute that scene by having him fight a bunch of them. You know what I mean? What should have happened is they all should have come out, but they should have like circled up and then stepped out one by one and done like 1v1s.
Why?
And because it's their first moment back together.
So?
What do you mean so? That
What's the
matters.
point of swarming someone if you're gonna have one at a time take turns punch the man?
It's
Yeah.
pretty
So
sure.
you got points to make. You're Agent Smith. This is your first time seeing Neo again. It's like, yo, I got all the homies, but I don't need them because I can fuck you up alone.
But the whole point was to
no, that's an
integrate them.
undeniable promo, and I'm sorry, it's inarguable. but
You were doing a terrible switch stance, John.
No, I switched. I'm sorry, we're on the wrong side.
Terrible.
But that scene was whack. That scene was whack because they didn't do that cool shit. They did that whack shit by fighting them all together. So that scene was whack.
That's not.
So we just got given him the business for Kedrock, but he's still in the middle of switch
Yes,
stance. So give him
so-
the business on a switch
So
stance.
we can't talk for 30 seconds.
So what can I rant? I'm still switching?
You're against the Matrix right now.
Oh, fuck. Okay, so the other scene, the other whack scene, the only other fucking whack scene, because it only has a whack moment of 2, is you got your weird Merovingian. He gave her the cake that made her orgasm. That was fucking weird. I don't know why that scene was there. Oh,
Keep going.
so, okay. Yeah, okay, and then your second one, okay, you got this weird, when they reintroduced the Merovingian, who was kind of a strange guy to introduce in the beginning, they had to bring him back because, like, the story, you know, like,
You can go back to your original
to the bra
opinion.
moment.
Woo!
Yeah.
All right, so check it out. So, all right,
bra's back
so
on.
broken down the first one. Oh God, I'm gonna leave this bro moment alone, and we're gonna come to this bro moment. Bruh, you're on a highway. You're on a highway that you were told not to get onto for like some reason that they don't even explain. You're just like, what the fuck? And then you get on the highway and you're being chased by ghosts that are actually poltergeists that can touch shit and phase through other things and like a slice here, but like go through your sword. Fucking awesome. And he has an Uzi and a sword, and he uses them in the same swing. The same swing. Bruh, I don't even need to argue it. We're gonna move on to movie 3. All right, so movie 3 is undeniable bruh moments of 9 and your whack moments of 3.
It's a
I already
great
touched on the
ratio.
whack moments.
Great ratio.
Great ratio. I already touched on the whack moments. We'll hop down to bruh.
I can talk? Okay, you guys could have talked. It was only me that was silenced.
We're enjoying.
You're just letting him go?
I was part of it. Are we allowed
The
to
mech
talk?
scene?
You talk.
The mech fight in number 3?
Oh.
I'm getting heated.
I'm
It's hot over here.
Before we move on to 3, 2, the highway scene. The CG in that scene, and they decide to slow it down. And like when one of them lands on the front of the like semi,
Yeah, and
they
he's
slow
like,
it
he's
down.
a man, but he
and
crushes
it's
the car.
terrible
That's
CG. It looks like when Harry
No, dude,
Potter
I
in the
try it.
first-
Video games, man.
In-
Bad graphics ain't gonna pull me out of shit.
Wasn't that an
watched the
agent
first
that
Harry
did that?
movie? I mean, what?
That was an agent that did that, I thought.
and it was stupid
That was
as
an
hell.
agent.
Yeah.
No, that was dope,
It's like,
dude, 'cause
here's
they're
bad
so
CG,
OP.
and let's slow it down so it looks even worse. So that scene is terrible because it looked like
It's-
when Harry's on the troll in the first Harry Potter movie, and he like suddenly looks completely fake in CG.
The only
Same
thing-
thing in a shitty movie.
That scene, oh God, I'm gonna switch it up and say it's terrible. That scene, the reason, see, they don't even agree. They're like, yo, I'm fucking out. That scene,
I mean, that's the
no, that
Matrix
scene's
franchise right
dope.
there.
We'll leave that scene alone. 'Cause
That
it's too
scene's so
dope.
bad. It's so bad.
Wait,
I'm sorry, I'm trying to switch it up. I'm trying to be like the bad guy.
so you have that huge, what is all this bra at the bottom? Because that's obviously,
Oh, motherfucking whack machines fighting each other with ninjas running around, shooting homies with homemade missiles that they found in the sewer, like, sneaking around to
Get, fire homemade rockets
homemade rockets.
at mechanics. Mechanics.
I got a little carried away when I was writing this.
Yeah.
But pretty much, all right, you got a mech suit. You have all of humanity, right, in the sewers. You have them attacked by metal squids that are machines, but they're also like super organic. And you have little ninjas that are sneaking around with rocket launchers that they made in their own homes, and they're like, shoot the squids here, shoot the squids
they're
there.
people like being resilient towards machines because of what they were brought up
you
thinking
have
that this was
a
wrong.
mech war going on.
Cool. I mean, yeah,
A mech going on.
No,
happened.
look, cool points are undeniable. There are some things that you just can't argue. Like a fucking mech war.
you can.
A mech war in the subterranean.
With ya, I'm with ya. I mean, everything I experienced, I was in high school,
Yeah.
and that was when I was a child.
That's okay. That's how you're coming at it. Listen, dude, when did mech stop being cool? When did a mech war in the subterranean Earth stop being cool?
When
Now
I
you
realized.
He never switched his stance anyway.
He's fine. He's fine. So, but what about the basic premise of The Matrix?
Okay, so the first movie was really cool, and it could have ended and just left itself at the Neo saying I'm coming for you, and then now he can fly. You end there and leave the rest to your imagination, and that's a really good story.
Hey, no doubt.
He's discovered his power. He's going to save everyone.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the end of the third one, and there's Christ imagery of him
The fighting
Because
Jesus
resistance
Christ
because
with
the only
humanity.
way to do something in response to a stupid movie is to make it they need a miracle to literally solve the problem of how stupid the movie is.
Yes.
So now it's religious.
What's the main? It's a stupid movie. Why is it a stupid movie? And besides we've had the argument of humans are bad batteries. I get that.
Humans are bad batteries, but why also have them? Why, if the machines are so smart, why don't they just make better batteries and they don't even need people anymore?
No, here's the thing. All right.
There are stronger batteries.
There are levels. There are levels
Why
to
have
to
people at
nerd
all?
culture arguments, and it's I don't think that you actually believe that because you can't approach everything with the
She's
blank.
efficient.
No, but if you're the blank doesn't work, the batteries don't work, so everything post that I have to throw away because the human battery.
But-
How many movies would
Okay,
you
but
then
if
get
I
stuck in the
give
beginning
them
with?
the batteries, then every time I'm going to give you a pass on the battery. Fine, humans are fine batteries. And then when he goes to get out of this thing in the beginning, I'm like, just lock it. Lock it so they can't get out. No. Undeniably, The Matrix is the single most amazing franchise of philosophy of all time.
Oh, it's changed filmmaking from years to come.
And the
Yeah,
bra
the,
moment.
the, it
And the
definitely led
bra
the charge of
moments
bad
are
CG.
spectacular. I do
mean,
remember watching Reloaded and
The
the
fact
whole
that
fight
Kedrock
scene.
came to us and said, this is basically the Bible for nerds, I guess it is,
How is it the Bible?
It is
for
the
nerds?
New Testament.
right?
Yeah.
I was carried away. The Bible's a strong stance.
I
And
mean, it
nothing-
does have
nothing-
Jesus.
Does not
and
deserve.
nothing
I mean,
bad has
it's
ever
the New
happened
Testament. It
when
is like a
people felt
refresh.
fanatical
I mean,
about a
majority
story.
of everything was grabbed and influenced by a book
Look,
from
if
the
you
80s.
if you combine, trying to slow this down.
Okay.
Okay. So
Thank you.
If you think about the combination of aspects in nerd culture, right? So you got space pirate cowboys, fucking rad, right? Just as a concept, us as a culture, it's okay, we will accept that and delve into that before probably most others will. As nerds are open to shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this movie provides combinations and follow through in things that you just don't get in other movies that you've never seen in cinema before. The chase scene, the mech fight, things like that. You don't get
Chase scene?
The chase scene.
The chase
Dude, the
scene.
chase on the highway.
These are the
Which
best
they
chase
built, and it
scenes
was pretty
in
spectacular.
any movie
Dude.
of all time. I cried at that chase scene.
Oh, you're throwing your
She's still switched.
Which part was
The
like,
cha-
it was
wait,
just
what don't you like about the chase? Dude,
Sound.
you
Sound design.
You
Sound
need
design?
a chase. You don't need a chase scene, but you have you have an action movie. You have person A, you have person B. Person A has to get person B over a span of a distance. That's almost every action movie has that,
Sure.
right? So their thing for that, A to B over a distance, happens to be their highway scene, which was
It's fine. Go.
they established it. They established before the highway, they were talking about the highway, and you were thinking what the fuck is the highway about? Da-da-da. And then you get on the highway, and it's one thing after the other.
It's like the information highway. Data travels through a tube.
You're attacked by poltergeists with swords.
with so
and they
much
have
bandwidth on it.
Dreadlocks, and so that's
Are you talking about
fucking
like the twins? Yeah.
awesome.
How is that better than?
That's fucking rad.
Because
dude.
it looked
That's-
good.
And
Because it looked-
So how do you
if I
feel
have
about
to
other? How do
explain
you feel about?
why a dreadlock poltergeist with a sword fighting on the highway
Yes.
is dope, I don't know.
But do you feel this way about other movies that are stupid but look great? How do
No,
you feel?
this isn't I'm not arguing for the CG aspect, or the cine aspect of it. It's just.
But no, but I mean,
I can,
things
yes,
that are
I can.
super cool.
I can forgive a lot
But,
for the bruh moments. If it has enough moments that I'm just
So
the
okay,
bruh.
the
bruh,
first
really
movie,
gets me.
I will give you this. The first movie had
I know you love the first
amazing,
one.
yeah. And
Everyone loves the first
but
one.
it
I'm
had
talking about the
amazing
second.
revolution. Yeah, but I'm trying to focus on the first one for a second. Is that it had amazing in-camera stuff that never been done before. It had action that looked absolutely incredible. That wasn't CG. That was like, holy shit, they did that in camera. They used new camera techniques. They had philosophy. Like you're talking about things that were
They had
blended
one
together.
new camera technique.
Okay, they had one new camera technique,
Which was pretty sweet.
But they had like, I mean, the lobby scene. That lobby scene is
Sure.
iconic. It was amazing. When they come through the thing and they, well, now I just got to shit on the first movie.
No, and season 2 and 3 are great.
Yeah, yes, 2 and 3.
Can I ask you a question in this moment? In the switch moment?
Yeah, yes.
I mean, the
Well,
majority,
wanted to-
the Matrix is like such. It's rehashed memory from an '80s book called Neuromancer.
Yeah, but everything is a rehash form of everything. I don't care about
true.
that.
That's
a weak
true.
argument.
But it's just like that book. If that was done properly, it would have been a much more entertaining film
What's
than
the
this
movie
broth.
with the ladies running around with swords fighting things?
Sucker Punch?
Yeah, did you like Sucker Punch?
I enjoyed Sucker
I'm not a big Snyder.
I did not.
I understand that. All right, people are hearing me and they're thinking that I'm saying that even though it's a bad movie, there are still these dope moments. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's a fucking good movie. Like I'm not just like hiding behind just, oh no, it's just full of cool things. Regardless of all the cool things, look at all these check marks, man. Look at all these check marks. This thing is dope. Like you got the opening. I'm not even gonna get into why it's a bromance because it's fucking dope as shit. The trust me moment. You're establishing what happened to Tank, man. You're establishing what happened to Tank, and you're wondering when you get in there, you're like, where's Tank? Where's the rest of Nebuchadnezzar? I saw him alive at the end of the first one, but he's gone, and now we got his cousin.
And
now
that
we
was a detriment
established
to the
that
movie.
It's dope as shit. And then they get to the, and then fucking the first time Neo meets the new agents, it's like, yo, upgrades, it doesn't matter. I'm fucking Neo.
Yeah.
It establishes power level, it's dope. Then you get to Zion. Oh, it's like, it looks like, do you remember the temple in Mortal Kombat when they're at the top and they look down and you're like, that's the first time you see a cool wicked castle
I
movie.
see
You're like,
Zion
shit,
just as like
it
an
looks
embedded
like that,
tumor.
but
That's
like
like
doper.
like they just dug their way
Did you just
deeper.
say your movie is so
And they just
cool
couldn't be
because it's
killed.
like Mortal Kombat, the movie?
No, I said Zion, the architecture of Zion reminds me of the architecture from the temple at the end of Mortal Kombat, which was dope as fuck. You gotta pull from other things.
I love how much you love this.
But all of that happens in a second, right? You see it and you're like, oh, your brain is like, oh, that's dope because.
Okay. I didn't.
Go.
It's back to being good.
Tell us more.
Oh,
Apparently.
all right. Whew. Okay.
Well, I mean, we can interrupt. I mean, I was on a switch dance.
Let's hear what
and
you
then
got.
we were all supposed to not interrupt. Okay.
Is that how that works?
Your argument here seems to be that if you break this down and take the good aspects of even the bad moments, that it makes the overall good? Like, this thing looks cool, the message
No.
might be shit, so overall the thing is cool because this thing looks cool?
What I'm arguing is that the movie is, it's good far outweighs its bad.
Okay.
The whole franchise itself, like all
As
the
from
trilogy?
the not even just the movies, because the animatrix do play into this a lot. Second Renaissance Part 1, 2, I literally watch those monthly, and I'm still left breathless each and every time. They're that good. Like if you haven't seen the Second Renaissance Part 1 and 2, go and watch that shit on YouTube right now. It's the entire history of everything I'm telling you about. Bruh.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, man. Whew.
They go to a nightclub and the bouncers
Yes, it looks fancy.
jump upside down on the ceiling.
It's very
cool
pretty looking.
stunts a good movie does not make.
It's not. I don't care about the
wrecking
stunts.
my
I think that was mostly CG. It's the, think about, all right, so you see that scene and instantly your nerd brain is like, okay, so I know that these are programs. So at some point in time, for these programs to be written this way, they need a reason to. So they, at different iterations of the Matrix, there were some that could do this, and there were some, you know what I mean? It just, all that happens at the same time. As soon as you see one aspect, you extrapolate all the other things that you know from it.
It is all ruined by why keep humans alive and why not just create a better,
Why make programs that do other weird things? And why?
Just to trick humans into staying asleep?
My favorite movie about AI is just like Her, where eventually the AI versus human is just like, you guys are boring as fuck. We're out.
That's what I'm gonna. That's my argument. Is
Pull a
what it
Doc
comes
Manhattan.
down to is why would AI keep humanity around at all. There would be no interest whatsoever. There'd be no
especially
benefit.
if they were evil like
there would
that.
be no threat even, too. And therefore, it wouldn't want to destroy it.
Because so they
wouldn't want
solved
to
the
keep them as
problem.
batteries.
They solved the problem with miracles.
The
Yeah,
miracles.
but again, like, all of that is correct. But I'm just thinking that if you go that way into a film, every single movie that you love falls apart right away.
Yes, major plot
as soon as
holes,
it's,
yes.
especially if it's
Yes.
this deep into something, especially if it's like this deep into something just fucking bonkers, crazy sci-fi. Like, it all falls apart if you. No, I'm not saying don't be analytical. Be as analytical as fuck, but you have to understand that. Like, like a dragon's wings wouldn't take it off the ground, so I'm never gonna watch anything with a dragon in it. Things like that, you can't do that.
Sure.
Like, that's kind of, I don't know. I think that's
suspension of disbelief is important. I got there with that first movie. I feel like this series was made worse by 2 and 3. Like, it took away from the end note and how cool it was. It felt like at the end of 1 he became a god. Like, he's realizing he can control the code.
He's Superman. You know what I mean? That's
but then all of a sudden he's not. In the next movie,
No,
he's
what do you
like,
mean?
it's like they pulled back. They were like, he's this like. By
No, they were constantly upping
has-
his power level. They upped his power level like.
You should get some closing remarks. Because you've done great.
Closing remarks. All right. I just hope that at least you go back in. I want everyone to at least in the next 6 months rewatch the second and third Matrix. Having watched the first one, you don't have to watch them in the trilogy. At least just rewatch the second and third, and just while you're watching it, suspend your disbelief a little bit, and just count how many times you're like, bruh.
You know what? I love this argument because the notes that I made, because I thought you would be coming in with something a little less heartfelt, a little less
I'm all
right
heart,
to the
baby.
bruh, And I was like, did you know that the tumbling Matrix code is actually sushi recipes? Like that's
dope.
You either love it or you hate it.
Love sushi.
In the first 45 minutes of the first movie, he has 80 lines. Yeah, Keanu Reeves as Neo. 44 of those are questions, so he roughly asks one question a minute. And I just don't know that I like that kind of dialogue. But maybe if I say one question every minute, I'll also be as good as the Matrix.
Sky Daddy says next.
Yeah, that was great, Keddy.
Thank you.
That was really good.
Thank you.
Well fought, sir. Well fought.
I'm still trying to get the hang. Like, are we supposed to
Try.
continually throw arguments as he's ranting? Oh, okay.
Bruh.
You can't talk yet. So, Josh, what'd you bring us?
Sometimes,
What is your nerd fight topic?
Well, I didn't bring a whiteboard or a lab coat because I'm not as flashy or have enough bra in my system, apparently. But I did want to discuss Dune 2021 and how it is not a masterpiece.
Wow, we're going from masterpiece to not a masterpiece today. What are your main points, sir?
It's very pretty. It's cinematically very well done. The soundtrack is god-awful. The acting is very overdramatic, and I would say that Denis Villeneuve is by far like top director of our time right now. Honestly, I've loved Arrival, but should have stuck with the people that you originally work with, especially when it came to the soundtrack. I didn't feel anything when it came to that movie. So when everyone heightened that bar to a certain level where I was going to go in there, I was super excited for it in IMAX. I even had I'm just going to say it, I love mushrooms.
Wait. So you saw the movie and then it didn't quite meet the high expectations people
That
set.
everyone set that bar to.
Do you think that your opinion has something to do with? Sorry, I'm.
No, it's okay.
Are you still setting up?
I didn't know if you could talk now.
I just checked.
Okay, cool.
Do you think that people setting that bar so high is what made you have a lesser opinion? Because I've definitely had that happen.
It gave
to
me
before.
perspective that people's expectations are so low because the majority of films come out now are brutally horrible. they're really bad movies that come out now. So it's just like when they see this, they're given this little ticket. They're like, this is beautiful, this is golden, but it's subpar at best.
Are we allowed to talk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, you started off with 3 points. It was like, what? It was acting, sound.
No, okay, well, I said it looks great.
Okay.
But
Greg
there's-
Fraser killed it.
Kenny.
Oh, bring it.
That means, so you now talk 30 seconds uninterrupted. We can't talk.
Well, I actually do think it's a masterpiece. I do think it's a masterpiece. Going into it, I was expecting a bore. I did not like 2049 upon first viewing. It actually took me. I watched it like a miniseries. I kept them falling asleep, and that's what I was expecting from this one, especially having tried to read the book, and it was just like, this just wasn't for me. So, I went in expecting that. Oh my God! I mean, okay.
What is the ratio
It's
of
the
bra
grandest
to...
film I think I've seen in a decade.
Why?
What do you? The scope of it. And again, with my argument, the implications of what you're looking at. Like, think. Okay, so we know that they have an empire. We know the size at which this empire operates.
Right. Yeah.
So
Over-explained, by the way. The exposition was like they said what they were going to do, and then they said it again after this, like at the end of the scene.
Does it feel like they're treating the audience like simpletons?
It was just like they were dumbing it down, like feeding you.
do you have specific?
Honestly, the movie is spectacular. I gotta say that it's probably one of the best I've ever seen. Denis Villeneuve.
Woo! The soundtrack, buddy. Let's talk about that soundtrack.
Hans Zimmer.
Okay.
My whole life, Hans is my man. Even going from like Gladiator to Pirates, the dun 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 dun.
Can we talk about how he designed the soundtrack around a bagpipe because he found that bagpipes were the only. I'm not sure what firm that he used, but he determined that the bagpipes were the only musical instrument that would last 14,000 years into the future.
Okay.
And he decided to build the soundtrack around the bagpipe.
Like that, the wind. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It is pretty cool.
How? I'm not Hans Zimmer. I'm not sure. I just saw the image.
Well, because metal like flutes and stuff like that, they can rust and like they can probably get like all bent up out of shape and they wouldn't sound the same. Whereas bagpipes, you can just
Bagpipes
kind
are
of
also dope.
sew it up and fix it.
I don't think so.
I mean, they're dope, yes,
play
but like,
But it's just bagpipes. Like they have such a distinct note that's like. Yeah,
It's loud.
it's like no, but you put three bagpipe things
kind of
together.
like many notes all at once.
So
which
is it?
cool.
Oh, sorry. Is there actually a bunch of bagpipes in that movie?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
The Atreides theme is built around bagpipes.
yeah.
That's what you hear most frequently.
So I wanted to bring up Dune. I didn't want to do any like spoilers and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's fine.
You should watch it. It is a very beautiful
who
movie.
overacted?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask about. You said it was
Who did?
Who overacted in that?
melodramatic.
Well, no one overacted because it's
Oh, right,
still
it's
an
just
amazing
switched.
movie.
Is he
and
still switched?
spectacular?
Yes.
Okay.
And everyone did a phenomenal job. Especially.
I want to switch back.
Especially, I forgot the lady's name.
But it looked terrible, right? Because if you're switched,
It's definitely not terrible.
no, it looked terrible.
Oh, it looked
Because
awful.
you said it looked amazing before.
Oh, it
So
looked awful.
this is weird. I don't like this. This was Denis' first time working with Greg Fraser, who is very quickly becoming like.
What else did Greg do?
Greg Fraser did. I'm trying to think back in.
So wait, okay. So you really liked the movie?
I love the movie. I've seen it 4 times.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen yeah.
4 times?
I've seen it
What
4
a
times.
waste of IMAX money.
I can't.
Oh my goodness.
You're arguing that nothing's landing because I just don't understand what
Nothing's-
you're talking about.
Because what it is just there's a lot of lipstick on a pig. It looks phenomenal, but man, does it smell weird.
What's wrong?
It's got this like
it's
funk
a
to it.
story of betrayal at a massive scale. It's not. I'm not gonna betray this singular person. I'm gonna betray this empire with this other empire and pit them against each other. And they have like it's feudal combat in the future. Like
Right.
Yeah, fucking awesome.
Did it have a lot of bra and not a lot of whack?
The one thing that got to me was the soundtrack was awful. The soundtrack was brutal.
story. Let's like what didn't.
But the
you
thing
like
is, when it
about
comes to
that?
a movie, like when there's music, that's what really motivates
And
a lot of
the throat thing. I listened to the starter card
What was
chant
that
on a
throat sing?
10-hour loop in the gym, man.
Right.
That shit
Yeah,
is
just
amazing.
that one part, like that one part out of 2 hours and 45 minutes, that 1 4-minute song. That's what you love the most out of that movie.
I love the Atreides 80s theme. When Hans brings up, sorry, I'm getting heated.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
When he brings it up, when my man Duncan Idaho, when the Blades Master himself is fucking shit up, just
Jason,
boom, 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 fucking shit up, and he's sneaking out, and he kills the one flight team, and he's like, yo, to hell, dogs, and they're just like, ah,
right,
and they dip out, because he's like such a badass.
I will say that was a very powerful moment.
And then he steals the ship, and he's like, yo, before I leave, I'm gonna drop these fucking flares on you and blow your shit up. And he does that, and he's soaring through the thing, and they're chasing him with the laser, and it's like, ah, it's fucking awesome. Like,
I feel like I'm in the Matrix now, and I should be slowing this down.
Because it's a moment that's not good.
It's
just there's so much information
literally
happening
everything
that
I just
doesn't
described,
really inspire a story whatsoever. It's just moments.
It's just moments.
He's easy to appease, like most audience.
It's bra moments. They're all bra moments.
You're saying
the idea is to hear that. The idea is to hear that and say, oh, he's a simpleton. He's easy to please.
No. I'm not calling you a simpleton. He's saying that you appreciate like crazy wow moments make you overlook like the other shit that makes
not
either
overlook.
poor writing.
You give it a pass.
You give it a pass.
No, but it's not. It still has to be works in life. There can't be so much shit. But again, the problem with the scenes that he's talking about is that there isn't shit. He's seeing shit where there isn't because he wants to be against the grain. I know this type of argument.
He wants to be against the grain.
It's a masterpiece. Those scenes.
It's not a masterpiece. It's just there's so many.
It's getting personal.
There's so many.
Simpleton, what do you mean? He opened it by saying, it's a bro moment. I'm not talking about.
I said it was a bro moment because
I
that's
mean,
what you like.
there's a difference between a bro moment and a bruh moment. All right?
So
there's a big difference.
So like when you had all those moments, were you so excited in the theater that you left with a big grin on your face?
From those scenes, from that scene that I just spoke about, what do you want besides what they gave
I actually want emotion from the characters. Dude, there was not enough emotion. There was not.
Stanley just got murked. Did you see him? He didn't even have his shit on. Like
There wasn't even that much emotion. There was nothing that was moved, especially like when he was with his mom. There was like so many moments. No, man.
Dog. You didn't hear it in him?
No, I did not. I didn't even feel it from him. There was none of those moments that I got from that movie. And then like when they get lost in the sandstorm and there's like the Dragonfly ship was dope.
It slowed down.
And they did a lot of stuff. And it's just like, oh, I'll just let my faith carry me in this sandstorm. And then they go exactly where they're supposed to go.
No, but you can't argue about let my faith, because that is what they've established. They've established
Just called for it?
They've established that these people believe shit. So them saying, let faith bring it down.
It's all about faith, just like yours and Dune.
No, but you can't, like, you're arguing
just
against
like
the
yours and
established
Dune
magic.
being a masterpiece.
You're arguing against the established magic. She didn't like that'd be a done move if we did that. If I was falling a helicopter and I said, I trust to bring it down, that'd be dumb. But if I know for a fact that there is powers that could help me out, that's not a dumb move. That makes perfect sense. And she is literally a woman that can control other human beings with her like abilities. They have powers.
The voice, the voice itself,
No, but the Bene Gesserit have far more powers than just the voice. The voice is the one thing that we got.
So do you follow more also like into the book? Like I'm curious.
Oh, since the movie come out, I've done like deep dives into this lore.
So do they follow it along more into this movie or the one that like came out in the 80s?
Me?
Yeah.
Thank.
All right. They got to the sand when shit got heated. Sorry, I'm getting heated. When it was over.
This is why I wanted to do this.
I don't know. Duncan, Idaho is a weird name for the future.
I roll with it.
Duncan,
but it makes a lot of sense for the family. And
is that Charlemagne's name?
No, that's his sword master's name.
Okay,
And the sword master.
Oh.
You give him the business while you're
from your Switch stance.
Oh no, I'm just saying that all right. So the idea is to look at these scenes and just see, all right, like not that this is what's in this movie, but the idea like from like the 80s actions, like tits and explosions, right? So look at these things and you're like, oh, it's just tits and explosion.
But the 80s movie wasn't tits and explosions.
No, I'm talking about the 80s action. I'm talking about the idea of when you, not a bro moment, but a bro moment. I'm saying you have to look further than that. In these moments, so what's actually happening in the scene? What's up? No, I'm just saying, okay. There's so many things I want to say at once. They're all bottlenecking. Yeah, okay. I don't know. It's just so fucking dope. No, I'm just saying that these moments are, you can't just take it at face value. If you just take, okay, it's a sword fight, whatever. I've seen a sword fight a million times. But if you take it at, this is a sword fight, who's fighting, why they're fighting, and what's at stake.
And you're able to see them, which is great, other than like polygon little blocks.
No. The actual fighting is
going from original to the new one, like their shield and stuff. When
they
have
fighting. Armor. The reason there's no projectiles in the future is because humanity.
Oh, you don't have to switch stance anymore. Not that you were.
The reason there's no projectiles. The reason there's no projectiles in the future is because humanity has developed shielding that is speed dependent. So fast-moving things can't move. So when you're fighting someone, you have to come in and then slow right at the last.
That's
right at the last
But
second.
you have the ability to like,
and you can come
but you have the chance to stop it.
It's fucking odd. There's a moment where Duncan gets shot with a hunter killer, and he's like, bam, and he busts out. It's so fucking cool.
That sounds cool, but the idea of you have to like come in faster than slow it down completely negates
changes the whole point of fighting.
That's really dumb.
No, you say that's really dumb. Okay, but think about if that was the reality of the world. Someone would design.
Dude, I could come punch you right now like that, and it wouldn't do anything.
Someone would design a fighting style based around that, right? So they don't come in with momentum and stop. They come in to they'll scrape the neck to a point and then graze the blade. Because you can move that.
Yeah, but that leaves you time to get the fuck out of the way.
Listen, dude, better martial arts than me. Special martial artists designed the combat for that film, and it's fucking awesome. Like, you can argue, but it looks really cool.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, see, it looks cool.
The fighting, I'm just talking about that. The rest of it is, I'm not just saying it looks cool, it actually is amazing.
What's the story, and from your point of it not being a masterpiece, what are the weakest aspects? Are they
the weakest aspects?
You mentioned the acting, but is it the writing? Is it the story of it? Is it full of holes?
I mean, it feels like that there was a whole bunch taken out of it. It feels like there was 40 to 50 minutes more that would explain a whole bunch of scenes, but because they had to cut it all down, they had to over-explain what they were doing in that scene. I got tons of over-exposition, the head of Oscar Isaac was telling his head chief of security, he's like, hey, we're gonna need points over here at the airport and over at the spice refinery, and it's just like you're telling your chief security that, and chief security's like, yeah, I already did it, when he's already like over-explaining where that has to be done. So
he just landed on the planet. But his
head of security is already freaking planning that before he even gets to the planet.
They weren't talking about needing security sentries. They were talking about, we have like the spice refinery was malfunctioning, was spitting spice in the air, and he was like, that's what we're talking about. See, things like that. Those are the problem. The Harkonnens have fucked all of our shit up so that we can't
Those
provide...
are the key targets, yeah.
Not targets, no. They inherited essentially a factory from another family.
Okay.
That family, before leaving, broke a bunch of shit.
Oh.
And he gets there and he's like, I don't know where you got that he's finding security sentries.
Well, no, they didn't just break a bunch of shit. They kept getting ransacked by all the people in the dudes.
No. Everything that was happening, Harkonnen was the family. When they were talking about the Harkonnens fucking them up, they're talking about the family. They didn't even do what the Harkonnens did. Like, the Harkonnens came to the planet and fucked up the inhabitants. They sent Duncan, Idaho ahead. To get in with the inhabitants and like learn their ways. And when they first meet Duncan, they try and kill him, and he's such a badass that they're like, all right, the way of the sand, like, we'll fuck with you.
They're just like, bruh.
So they're like, so they challenge him, he survives, whatever, they like, okay, we adopt you, and then he introduces them. That's a scene in the movie, what are you talking about? Like, they're good with those people.
Right. Yeah. I wasn't moved by any of it. I didn't feel any emotion for any of the characters, especially when it
literally didn't happen in the movie, so...
It literally didn't happen in the movie? It did happen in the movie. I was explaining what happened in the movie.
The locals were not against the Atreides. Like, Duncan, Idaho got there to become homies with them. They came in, they spat on the table.
Thank you for sharing your moisture. Yeah, I got it. After they
That's
freaking
literally what
explained
he
it,
spits on the table and he's
Okay.
like, yo,
and
thanks.
they're just like, hey, you insulted us.
Closing statements?
Watch Dune. It is very pretty. It's way overpriced, but I will say it's worth a watch.
Okay.
No, but it's the idea. Okay, sorry. I know.
Oh, we're moving on to another one.
Okay.
Okay, we're moving on to another one, and if it comes up in full circle somehow, it might happen. It probably will.
I'm sorry, but that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted, man.
Okay,
Josh, excellent work. Excellent work.
that was fun. I barely said anything. We only have time for one more hot take, so we're gonna end on Roz's.
In Jurassic World, Bryce Dallas Howard's character gets a lot of flack because she runs around in high heels against the dinosaurs.
Right, yeah.
I would like to argue that that is actually fucking awesome. And here are some important points that I'd like to share with you of why. Okay, number one, it does amazing character work. So not only does it tell us that she showed up to work today as a boss bitch, and she has a uniform that she wears when she goes to work. She wears a very professional uniform. Tells us a lot about her character, because not only did she, in classic Jurassic Park fashion, think that nothing would go wrong today, I will wear my high heels. Classic Jurassic Park mistake, so they tell us a lot about her character. She's so confident, overconfident, spared no expense style, that nothing will go wrong, that she wore her high heels today. Also, it tells us some amazing, beautiful character work about who she is as a human being, because she was supposed to be there with her nephews that day. And you know what she did? She wore her work uniform. She didn't dress up like another tourist that she was ready to spend her day with her nephews. No, she came to work because she was probably going to ignore them. And that is a character growth moment that she's going to go on in this motherfucking film. Okay. No, not only is that amazing, she's professional, focused, confident, but also Claire represents control, which is a really interesting theme in Jurassic World versus Jurassic Park, which is all about the theme of chaos.
Yeah.
Right? So we talk so much about chaos theory in Jurassic Park, but then in Jurassic World, we're introduced to Claire, who is a character who literally controls everything about her life. And she is going to be the character who's going to go on a journey through this film, through the relationship with the other characters that she meets and the park, because she's going to stand up to the character who is the hey, this is like our park, nothing could possibly go wrong. We got this big giant extra dinosaur, it'll be great.
Are we allowed to?
Yeah,
You can jump in.
I wouldn't argue, besides the fact that you just argued so much about.
Dude, this is nerd fight.
No. What I'm saying is that okay. So let's look at it realistically. When a human being runs, your heel is supposed to touch the ground, no?
Yeah.
So that would just sink into the mud. That's a terrible
don't recommend
shoot away.
running.
You're sitting in a chair.
That's a terrible shoot.
I don't recommend running.
You're being chased by
But the thing is, parking lot.
When you're being chased by a 12-foot tall chicken.
Your other
You're not sinking in the mud every single step.
Your other option, barefoot.
Okay, hold on. Is there not other shoes available?
But that's the whole point.
Barefoot?
She was so confident she didn't bring other shoes today.
No, I'm not saying she needed to bring them. She worked there, right?
Yeah, but
It's true, she did work
You
there.
took a lot of
But she's like boss lady, she has that stature. But the thing is, it was very selfish.
fucking awesome
and classy.
shoes, guys.
I'm saying she could start her day in those and wear her uniform. Awesome. But as soon as all the dinosaurs start getting loose and eating people,
Here's the thing.
put some fucking
You're gonna
runners
be
on or
like,
something.
hey, dinosaur that's chasing me, I need 5.
It would be
Because I
instinct
gotta
to
go
take
find
those
some
shoes off.
other shoes. If you could just
Listen.
stand down.
No, if you
meat
find them.
eater.
The thing
I'm
is
talking
that
like
we
Die
see-
Hard style.
Oh, so she could just shove someone over and steal their shoes.
I mean, wouldn't you?
No.
No?
If you
You'd stick to
remember,
your heels?
if you remember,
Yes.
if you remember the cinematic classic Triple X, okay? Hold on. There's a point here. When Vin Diesel wakes up, when Vin Diesel wakes up for the first time in the diner, how does he spot that he's in a scenario, not
the
reality?
high heels.
Because he's like, yo, my aunt was a career waitress. If she wore high heels, she'd
had blisters the
by
size
her-
of pancakes. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
So and we already know that this woman's on her feet all day long.
Vin
Diesel said it?
No, just because it's like
Isn't that the movie where assholes showed up to a party and just picked women out of a fountain at the front like they were beers when you arrive? This is ridiculous.
I'm not arguing for Triple X. I'm
Yes,
just
they showed up and like picked women out of the thing.
Listen,
remember that movie at all.
We're not arguing for Triple X. We're just arguing for the idea that someone on their feet all day wouldn't wear heels, and she did. So she's not dressed
she
appropriately.
was-
It was more than just a day. It was like a couple of days.
It's part of her outfit, and like she's being professional and that kind of dope.
Yeah.
But she walks
it's
miles.
less efficient.
It
It's
is-
less efficient.
It's less efficient, and it's also selfish.
And you're
That's because she starts selfish. It's a character
Because she's
beat.
running around when
but
she has
how
a
do
task to do to open that gate and get that T-Rex to the freaking plot.
How?
And she's running around in high heels. She's
How?
gonna trip and broke her ankle.
How do you walk miles in high heels all day?
Okay, who has not walked
No.
miles in high heels? I have walked very far in a pair of high
daily?
heels. Not daily.
Okay.
I admit, not daily.
There
but
was
I
a
have,
recent Chinese study
Go ahead.
that specifically about wearing heels when running, and it literally proved the taller the heel, the more energy it takes to run,
Exert.
and
So she's even more
and
awesome.
it causes more muscle fatigue faster. So it's less efficient. It's less efficient.
No
I
one
think
is
she
here
was
to argue that
objectively-
this was the best choice.
I'm not okay, but
I'm saying
There
she
would have been
could.
some sore legs.
I'm
But she
saying
not just going for could.
Cramp
How
up,
does
you know?
how does she not have sneakers in like a locker or something?
Yeah, like a train, like for like the gym, or you know, does she
What
wear
if
high heels
okay,
on a treadmill?
The same idea.
Yeah, that's
she has.
dumb.
Oh, dinosaur! I have a pair of flats in my locker.
Barefoot would have been
upstairs.
better. Barefoot would have been better than
Yeah.
that.
I think we should test it.
What do you mean?
We'll wear high heels or barefoot, and we'll go for a run through the forest.
Okay.
With chickens chasing.
I'd be down for that.
I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you guys seen the
Dressed up
newest?
as a big chicken.
Have you guys seen like the most updated idea of what T-Rexes look like? Because it's terrifying.
Feathered.
They're
Yeah.
big feathered chickens.
Yeah.
They're- yeah.
What am I-
it's
what am I
horrifying.
other
Still
things-
got teeth.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're a
They're
big creature that can also crush you.
One of the things of that I think is a really good example of being able to do this in heels is there are a ton of performers who function for hours in a pair of heels on stage.
Sure.
Yeah, but I bet if you
100%.
ask them, hey, if I let this tiger go,
Yeah.
you keeping him on, or
Yeah,
you
yeah.
running
Do you think
barefoot?
you can outrun this animal that
Like,
wants to
they're
eat
gonna be
you?
like, my best chance is to keep running, not to slow down and put my other shoes
Yeah,
on.
but I can flick shoes off while I run. Like, flick them off.
You're acting as if there's not moments where she can't take her shoes off. It's
But
not like
I'm
she's
saying-
running through the
I'm
whole
saying
movie.
she wouldn't take her shoes off in place of barefoot if that was her only other option.
Does she ever take them off? Is it high heels the whole movie?
Yeah.
Can we really quickly
real?
mention that her poor assistant got like one of the most brutal deaths in all of Jurassic Park for no reason.
I don't remember it.
Like a pterodactyl picked her and dropped her in the pool, and then the water thing ate her. And like
The water
as soon as you drop her in the pool, we all know what this meant.
We're all expecting.
That was brutal.
It was just
for no
like in the
reason.
second one with the guy on the ladder. I need a career. You know?
I was just really mad that I thought it was a really great character beat because I also know some women who have worn high heels for so long that wearing other types of shoes is actually uncomfortable for them. Like their feet have molded to the shape of their
I
shoe.
mean, yeah, there's also
gross.
people who, bind people's feet.
I know.
Doesn't
so
mean you should.
If she's
That
comfortable
shit's
in the
awful.
shoes, she should stay in her shoes.
Sure.
She has like,
You know what?
feet,
but-
shoe-formed feet.
You know what? I want to help argue the fact that
Is she
sure, like
fused?
as like her
Is she
like
fused to
character,
the
she
shoe?
can rock high heels all she wants. Sure, but at least show some kind of like pain or detriment from it. Like, oh, my calves hurt, or oh, my blister just popped, or something.
Yeah, but, like,
it's infected.
Wouldn't you be like that no matter what shoes you were wearing?
The thing is,
It would be like so-
in
you'd be
universe,
like,
they
I've
make
never
fun
run
of it,
this
though.
much in my life.
I walk around in
everything
these
hurts.
shoes all day and I don't got blisters.
I remember
But you're
the
not running from
moment-
dinosaurs.
The heels
wish.
didn't bother me when watching that movie. I don't even remember most of that movie. I've only watched it once, but I do remember the shot of her running
Yes,
from the
with
freaking
the flare.
T-Rex.
Flare?
Yeah.
And I was like, why the hell does she have heels
But
on?
she also does explain because that's her character.
Did she also
I get that, but it did stand out as weird.
Yes.
I saw
Yes.
that movie with a woman. She didn't come out in the shoes, but she did come out on the lack of the hair being up.
Oh, interesting.
Having had long hair, when shit goes down, you put your hair up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
tie it up and
Yeah.
don't in your face.
It was even like there was even a moment in the movie when he's like, yo, we're going to hunt dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Go home. And she's like, no, I'm coming. And she's like, shh, shh. Remember that? And she
Oh.
she gets herself ready doesn't take her shoes off.
She chooses heels.
She chooses not to
You
and
chose
not
to
put her
Because
hair
she
up.
didn't choose to go barefoot when she was going to run through who knows what.
Where
It just
were they
makes sense.
in that moment?
In the jungle.
See,
Oh, yeah, you're not
You
going to
wanna
change
go
the
barefoot
shoes.
in the
Well, she
jungle?
takes her shoes
No,
off
but
like once.
literally your foot is gonna sink. You're gonna sink in and get stuck and get trapped and get.
And then you'll
eaten.
have to
Jungle?
keep grabbing.
Actually, yes. Then
Yes.
yeah, that's a solid point. If you have like, how big was her heel? I don't remember.
Big
But
enough
she-
that-
I picked a shoe that was very close
Yeah,
to
it's
her.
like
3-inch.
that.
Yeah.
Can
You
you
got
run
a
in those?
3-inch like that?
Can you sprint in
That's
those?
going in
I
the
thought we
dirt.
were doing
I
this.
could run very well.
I thought we were running in a forest.
Well, we don't have cameras that can follow us outside.
No, they're not in a forest. They're on.
They're in a jungle.
When she releases the
Pushing.
dinosaur, they're like she's running on like pavement, isn't she?
It's
She's like
pavement.
running
It's like
through
a
the
grassy
park.
pavement.
Yes,
Yeah.
at that point,
Yes,
I'd
but
definitely go
but the
barefoot.
whole movie is they're traveling through like the jungle and in the
Yeah,
plains
yeah,
and the
yeah.
grass.
And
and
I
forest.
mean, okay, specifically that scene, running from giant, wasn't it an Allosaurus? Doesn't matter.
No, dude, it was They named it for the movie. It was a new dinosaur.
Indominus
New
Rex.
dinosaur.
Indominus Rex.
Unobtainium.
I can't get enough of them.
So stupid.
Okay, so when she's running from that thing, she doesn't want to die. That is a good moment.
But she also
and-
doesn't want the like. Her
was
goal
no,
is
but
not
it's-
necessarily to like. Her goal is to get to the end of this thing, and she makes a call in the moment that the best thing to do right now is wear my shoes because I am comfortable and I am efficient, and this is what I
But
wear
you're not
every
as efficient.
day.
I think anyone would know that
exactly.
you're going to run a little faster, not in heels.
And it was such a critical moment where they had to
And you
get
just-
that T-Rex there, or else the movie would have just been like, you know, and then that would have been it for those characters.
Well,
but
the
they had
end
to
of the
get that
movie is
T-Rex
also
there.
kind of
So
all around.
She wouldn't have been
stupid.
able to run
The
that.
end of the movie is not good
A
compared
T-Rex would have
to.
flattened her.
Well, I mean, who outruns a dinosaur? Also, the internet got so mad about it when I'm like, we're arguing about what she's wearing on her feet. She's running from dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I just
Like,
read
who
this thing
cares?
actually.
You're
true.
supposed to suspend disbelief to like the Matrix, but you're just like, she had high heels on in that scene.
No, hey,
so.
no. I wasn't throwing it. I love that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying. I got beef that you got beef because you had beef with that beef.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, also you chose the beef.
Yeah, you started this.
I
You
never
started
posted
this.
about the high heels. I don't think I did. I don't even feel like
I
it's
just
something
read
would've
recently
done.
that dinosaurs, if brought back,
Definitely struck me
actually
weird.
they wouldn't be able to like chase you because like there's less oxygen in the air now. That they would probably just like
Suffocate
get
and die.
wheeze everywhere. Yeah.
Sort of
There
like
was
us
more
on the
oxygen. That's
stairs.
why everything was so like bigger.
Yeah.
But I guess, okay, so to your earlier point of she assumes, like, makes the classic Jurassic Park failing of, no, nothing's gonna go wrong here. Like, isn't that, if we're talking about character building, isn't that just the shittiest thing to do at that point when writing that movie? Like, aside from, like, trying to associate
But,
the
like-
character with the actor or any of that shit, just like, shouldn't people there think, maybe I should have some hiking boots on hand?
No, because
In
then
that critical moment.
then why would you invite all of the? They're opening the park today. This is like so many tourists and people are there. If you weren't that confident to wear your high heels that nothing bad was going to happen, then all of those lives.
Confidence is one thing,
but you'd be
contingency
looking at all
planning
those
is
people
another.
being like dinosaur food. Dinosaur food, dinosaur food. But she's not that. She's like showing up today to be like, I am here to deliver the best
But okay.
possible experience for these people, but not my nephews. And that's
Yeah,
what the shoes say.
Grant, they had a perfect system. The system went wrong because of
Have your hand been up? Go.
yeah, because they put.
I know I'm not a nerd fight, but I have a question specifically about this heel thing because we're talking a lot about Jurassic Park and this one woman that ran in heels, but women have been running in heels in movies for a really long time. Like Wonder Woman runs in heels.
Yeah, but she's Wonder Woman.
Why? Wonder Woman and not the lady from Jurassic Park.
She's got powers.
But even in the scene, okay, so even in the scene where Wonder Woman, like she kicks ass in those movies, but there is a scene where she does it in heels and she moves way different and it looks more awkward and less efficient. It's not that she can't kick ass, it's that it's not as efficient.
She doesn't need to look efficient. She just needs to get where she's going without stepping on spiky things that are going to poison her.
I mean,
On the
if
asphalt.
you're Wonder Woman, it doesn't matter if you step on spiky things, it ain't doing shit.
Well, but this isn't a movie about Wonder Woman. This is a movie about a woman who went to work wearing her high heels, and then the shit went
Who
down.
makes bad choices
and
because she chose to work with dinosaurs and is dumb
But
enough to
that's
think
her
nothing's gonna go
character.
wrong?
And her character goes on a thing to learn about her stuff.
I mean,
in
this
the world.
opened up such an argument where it's just like, sure, she's running from a T-Rex in high heels, whatever. It looked great, she's badass. But yeah, walking in a jungle, that is.
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
Not
when
a
you,
bra moment.
Ash can back me up, but when you wear a really spiky high heel and you're in a place where it's going to be kind of like you're going to lose your, you change the way you walk a little bit so that your heels don't dig in as deep, right, Ash?
Are you assuming that I've never worn
I
heels?
don't wear heels.
Trevor, when you walk, have you walked much in a mushy environment in high heels?
Yeah, it sucks.
Listen, I move
You
my
You have
You're
to
just
walk on
the
the
way you
balls of your
walk.
feet, and it's like, why
Exactly.
am I even wearing these things? This is dumb. Why am
would
I
still-
on the dirt?
I would still rather
I've
wear
made
them
poor
than
choices.
step on disgusting, spiky things
There's
that
a
are
tea bag.
probably.
Here's the
gonna
question:
give
can
me-
you wash my
Did she
feet?
actually have on heels
Yes.
when
Yes.
they filmed that?
Yes.
She sprinted
Yes,
in them.
She specifically wanted
In
that.
fact,
All
she
right.
said that she trained like an Olympic athlete in order to be able to run as efficiently as she did because that's what her character would do.
Okay, well then,
Do you think your character would have trained in heels?
No,
Her
she would have
character
been
was
that
super
good in
A
it.
This is a look at
personality.
your life, look at your choices kind of situation.
Her character was super A personality.
Yeah.
But okay, if he actually did it,
Yeah.
then all right,
Yeah.
I'll give it to him.
Which is, I'd like to see if there's any botch takes where she like, tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, and then like almost, and then everyone's like, "Ooh!" and first aid's coming to call. You know.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's so weird. Like, what? I just now thinking about like filmmaking wise to let your lead do that. Like that's a broken ankle if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
yet
no.
she
It's
did
also-
it. She ran that whole way
Was
in
it?
them heels.
But I'm assuming it might probably not have been her choice. It probably was like a producer's like, keep her in heels, like some
she
stupid.
says it was
No.
her choice. And she was
Really? She says it was her
I
choice?
think, yeah, I believe I read. Yeah,
Interesting.
there's a statement where she was just like, "No, this is what I'm doing."
my character showed up to work like that,
Wow.
and she's badass,
That's wild.
I will admit that. She's
Interesting.
pretty badass.
and she looked great.
Okay.
And she looks terrific.
That's it. That's all the time we have to get through all this stuff. Thanks, guys. That was really entertaining.
Oh.
Oh, what's up?
I'm so glad I got that out.
I just wanted to give a super quick shout out to thank you, Alani, for the 1,000 bits and the 5 subs, to RF Dub for the
damn.
1,000 plus 100 plus 100 plus 400, that's 1,600 bits, Jean for the 200 bits, the 5 subs, David Pelvis for the 13 bits, Girl Wander for the 100 bits, and Chef Gargs for the 100 bits. That's it, I'm done.
Did you say Gene? Because I just noticed 5 subs in there right now.
Yeah.
Wow, damn. Thank you so much. There's even more of it happening.
There's-
Hype
and there's
train
more
happening. And
happening.
we're, okay, damn.
And DMAC with the 100 bits, and Alani with another 1,000 bits, and there's a hype train now, apparently,
Yeah.
right as we're wrapping up.
Oh man, that makes me feel like we should keep going. Okay.
We got to rate out. We got to rate out.
Yes, we do. Okay, so thank you guys for that. That was, I can't believe the amount of prep you put into that. That was insane.
I believe in that movie.
I was not expecting that.
So tune in. I should have written more things down, but tune in next week for Friday. Well, I mean, we'll see you next week for Filthy Talk on Thursday, but Friday, episode 3 of Ready to Roll is coming out. And stay tuned for the raid. We are going to raid. We're going to raid our friend OK Continue, who's another Vancouver streamer and a lot of fun. So, follow them if you haven't yet. And until next time, stay filthy.